Just recently, we've released one of the most unhinged videos on this channel featuring one special guest from addiction to bankruptcy. This guy was one of a kind. If you haven't watched the video, I invite you to check it out right here. But if you have and you just need a brief compilation, let's run some of the clips.
I am getting on this train. You cannot get me off of it. Okay, I'm holding on for dear life.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 credit cards after being bankrupt 7 years ago with credit limits that are out of this world.
Like, I'm becoming more of a gambler.
You are on an island, one of the most expensive place in the world.
Yes.
No money, bankrupt. What do?
I got all of my credit cards and I went on a shopping spree every single day when I was in Hawaii, and I bought thousands of dollars worth of gift cards in Lyft, in Uber.
So you're buying yourself thousands of dollars of gift cards on credit cards, knowing that you're gonna file for bankruptcy that's gonna be washed?
Yes. I need to stop. I need to recollect myself and realign, recenter.
Claudia, are you done with it?
Oh my God!
It's
Oh
over.
my God!
Guys, it has been 3 months and today we're gonna dive even deeper into the story, addressing Claudia on some of the most controversial comments that she had on that video. We'll also be following up with her on some of the actions that she's taken with regards to her personal finance. One of the first things that I wanna address straightforward is a lot of people have been referring it to as a walking red flag. What do you have to say to people calling you as such?
Yeah. You know, tell me something I don't know. What I'm saying is, like, a lot of people actually file for bankruptcy like several times, like in their life. And it's either for personal reasons or business reasons. Also, I really want to touch up on this guy. I don't know who the hell put this. He's like, we work really hard and then we're the ones who pay. I'm sorry. Give me the argument in which you pay for my debt.
When a bankruptcy case arises,
Yes.
It doesn't fall on the responsibility of the government, but it falls as a wash from the banks, okay? So taxpayers really do not have to partake as much. There are some exceptional cases where this may happen, but for the most part, it's part of generally a 3% uncollectible money that are washed. But yeah, it's true that, right? I mean, you pretty much went through that whole thing. And today, would you call yourself a red flag today?
Okay, my hesitancy, it probably means yes.
Okay.
I don't know. There's a lot of room for improvement.
Well, that's glad to hear. In fact, as I transition smoothly through our next segment, here I want to address people calling you and some of the success that you've accomplished in your life as pretty privileged. What do you have to say?
Here's the itch I have with it. So when you're an ugly child and then you grow up also as an ugly teenager and then you get pretty at like 20, you kind of internalize that you're just going to be ugly for like the rest of your life. Like, I've been on my own since I was 16 years old. I have worked my ass off to get where I'm at. I have worked 3-4 jobs at once. I have lived in my car. I have been homeless before. And people are like, she got everywhere she wanted because she's pretty. No, I got where I'm at today because I make opportunity for myself. I don't wait for that shit. I swim out to the boat because that's what you're supposed to do. That's what a true hustler, I don't even want to call myself a hustler. That is just what a person is supposed to do if they want to be anything but mediocre in their life.
Although at the end of our recording, you were with me, you cut your credit card in front of the camera. There is so much more that you've taken action from our discussion. What happened since then?
I actually deleted my cards from my Apple Wallet, from my Apple Cloud, because, you know, everything's on that wallet keychain. And I actually did it. Like, I took it off my Amazon. I took it off everything. Because I was like, okay, if I'm actually going to like make a decision, you know, because a lot of us just do paralysis by analysis, right? And I was like, no. Because if not now, then when? When am I actually going to make a decision to change my life for the better? Now I actually have direction. Because before, I had no idea what I was doing because we're not educated properly or at all. So I was like, okay, make a decision. Cut up the fucking card. I'm kind of screwed if I like physically need it, but anyway. And so I got rid of that card and then I got rid of the other cards that were on my accounts. Because I was like, okay, if I actually want to do this for real, then you do it.
But you've also gone the extra step where, as far as I know, you've been able to consolidate some of your accounts. You've reworked as well some of your investments, notable some of the ones around your brokerage. I know on the good side that you've actually maxed out your...
Oh my God, my Roth.
What do you mean, oh my God, it's amazing? What do you think?
I did it.
There you go.
When you were like, dude, just please Roth, just max it out. I was like, all right.
Guys, this video is going to come out before April 15th.
Yep.
If you guys still have not maxed out your Roth IRA for 2024, you still have time. One of the big things as well that I'm very happy to hear is that you didn't buy that damn stupid land field in Paramp. But I have heard that you may have been involved in another shady as hell deal with a real estate agent. What the heck is going on that front?
So hear me out. My agent's really cool. And she showed me all like my rental places and I with her, whatever. And she knows I want to buy land. She said no to the land. She said no to the double wide trailer that I was going to renovate and rent out. Moving on. She gave me this idea of, hey, you should go half on a $350,000 house with this guy I know.
This guy you know or she knows?
No, that she knows.
Oh, you don't know the guy?
No, I have no idea who she's talking about. So she's like, you should go half on this house. And I was like, I make some I have questionable decision making, but that's not.
And the guy was willing to go with you on it, half and half?
I don't think he knows about me. I think that they might have just been talking, and then she's a real estate agent, right?
Yeah, she's a legend.
Well, she's just trying to help people.
She's getting a commission on that sale, and then she's like, deuce, good luck to you. Because now you have to deal with the house. I don't even advise people to get into 50-50 with partners that they've known for years.
You have to get a prenup.
Yes. So, yes, you have to get a prenup. I agree. When I'm going to be fiancé with my partner, it's good to have a prenup. This is something that I will always recommend. We never know what's going to happen. Yes. But in the case of buying a house with someone, that you don't know, it's a massive headache. And on top of that, you were going to be in the woods again.
Well, she said that I only have to put down $50,000. Yeah, and I was like, wait, that's it? And I get half? She's like, yeah. And I'm like, well, that doesn't make any sense. I'm not really that good with numbers, and that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Okay, good. So you washed out on that. What did you do with her then? I'm sure you know.
My agent, yeah, she got deleted. And then she tried to friend me on Facebook, and I was like...
The other thing that I want to ask you with regards to taking action on your finances is the component of wants. Every single transactions that I was seeing on your statements was highlighted in that damn yellow, which we don't want to see.
Yeah.
What have you done? Are you now intentional with your finances? Are you actually kind of thinking before you're spending in your shopping spree?
So, yes. So what I did was, in addition to, taking my cards off my wallet and all my accounts, is that I also deleted my, my shopping apps.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a tough one. Because I was I love Posh. I love The Real World. I love Margaret, And I was like, okay, I can't be doing this. Do I want to travel? Oh God, that's another thing. Do I want to travel or do I want to buy a new bag?
Oh my God.
Or do I want to...
Or do you want to save money so that you can invest into your future? Do you still want to be that millionaire at 35, maybe not, 40, maybe not, but in your 40s?
Wait, I thought we agreed on 41.
41 is achievable.
Okay, yes, I want to be a millionaire at 41.
Well, you're speaking to me about shopping and about traveling again. It's the $2,500 saving goal. How have you been doing with that? Wait, what? You're telling me you want to be a millionaire?
I'm just not spending money, though. You know what I mean?
So you're not spending money, but I'm not. Then where's your money going?
Well, I'm not spending it necessarily. I'm just not keeping track of saving it, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Which isn't good either, but I'm not spending it on bags. And hey, I paid off all my Affirm.
That's good.
And I'm not holding a single balance on any card at all.
That's good. Okay, good to hear. Now, one of the things that was interesting in the comments as well is you've been offered to get married with a few of the people commenting. Mm-hmm. How is your reaction to that?
How do I say this? So I'm a 4.5. I did already pick out my ring.
Let me see. Okay, it's a pretty nice one.
Yeah.
Let's look at the price.
It's a surprise. I'm just kidding. It's $31,000.
This is almost more than what you have on your checking account and on your saving account. But you want a ring, wear it around your finger. What do you have to say about that? Why $30,000 ring? So the guy shows up. Okay, I show up and I offer you the same one, lab grown, which is probably going to cost me about 6,000 or 7,000. How do you feel about it? Is it a value aspect that you're annoyed? Is it all about the value that you can't accept? Because $30,000 on the ring is crazy.
It is crazy.
What do you have to say to defend yourself?
Well, I'm not buying it.
Well, guys, look, in the comments, many of you have offered wedding proposals.
So much shit.
You know what you have to do in that case. Are you firm on that?
No.
Okay, well, I'm glad to hear that.
If you really sell me on the lab grown, like I'm really interested in like honestly like the evidence behind it.
Oh, it's exactly the same. Plus,
like how does GIA rate it then?
Oh, they rate it the same way.
No, they no.
They do? I'm a pro lab grown. In fact,
Okay.
Let's speak about some of your recent decision with regards to dating, because there is some finance component around it that I'm so excited to speak about because I know it's going to be juicy. You're still involved in crazy crypto scheme all over the place. Walk me through what's going on here.
Okay, so this is what happened. So I really liked this guy. And he's like super into crypto. He's the one who got me into crypto. And
The broker?
no, this is another one.
Oh, you're surrounding yourself with legends.
So this guy got me into crypto. So I bought a ton of Solana, right? And I like him. I'm dumb. I'm just a hopeless romantic. Okay, I want to believe that love exists. Okay, moving on. So I bought a bunch and then he was like, okay, so you have to give me some Solana because I put it on my Phantom wallet or some bullshit that he like uses to like trade some like other, crypto app. I don't know. I just use Coinbase. And he was like, I'm going to buy the Steve-O coin or whatever. And it's a meme coin, right? And like we talked about this. I'm not good with the meme coins. I'm the queen of them, but I'm not good at them. And anyway, and so like obviously like I kind of regret buying them because like dude, it already peaked. Like I already missed it. I missed the boat, and then I just bought years later. Okay, so he was like, you have to give me some Solana, and I was like, fine.
Ooh.
I like him. I'm stupid. Okay, just whatever. Blow me up in the comments. You. Okay, so. Gave it to him and I was like, maybe he could flip this, make this into $1 million. Dude, I'm just so, okay, whatever. And then he stood me up to this wedding that I invited him to like 4 months ago. I'm so dumb. It hurts. I'm very hurt. And I was like, you know what? This guy. So
wait. He stopped responding to you after you sent him Solana?
He did send it back to me. But that was it. Like, that's literally the last thing I said to him.
Now, there is something else that I want for us to speak about.
Okay.
That I'm not happy.
Why?
Because you told me when we did our update that you are in the process of opening a new credit card because of an upcoming reward trip to Japan.
So I watched my video and then I actually watched yours because it was like in the suggested ones and it was like, I'm quitting. And I was like, no, you're not. And then it was like the 60,000. I was like, ooh, that's steep for someone who tells me to save money. So I went on and first of all, you open it up with like this like super like raw footage, one take. You're like, I'm quitting. I don't know what I'm going to do. And all this like time and money investment and your story of why you're even doing this was so inspiring to me because I was like, that's kind of actually what I'm doing. You're like in this, so you're working in corporate and you had a incredible job, like a job that people would absolutely kill for, like that I've met. I've worked in corporate. I know how it is. And I was like, you touched up and you were like, I was working in here, I was working in this office and I was watching this guy pass by my desk and he was so unhappy and he made all this money and he's like, I need to support this person, this and this and this. And he never smiled once. And I think you said it was like 2 years or something or like a year. And he didn't smile one time. And you always like looked up at him and you were like, I don't want that.
Mm-hmm. That's
and
right.
The fact that you like quit or took time off, right? You took time off, which is what I'm doing. And I don't work in corporate, okay? I did work in corporate and then I took time off to go to Japan for the first time because I was like, I don't want this. I don't want this for my life. I'm so unhappy every single day. I can't even feel anything anymore. So you go to Laughlin, out of all places on the planet. Okay, probably honestly like a smart financial choice, because here I am going to an island. Okay, we're moving past this.
Laughlin, $40 a night. Japan, you tell me. Anyway, let's keep going.
I am also taking time off right now. I am also going to a secluded area because I'm going to an island off of Okinawa. You know, like I'm literally going to be an hour off of the main island. Like I'm actually going to be like secluded. And I'm doing it because I actually want time to like write out all the things that I want to do, like you mentioned. Like I just think about it and I'm like, how is it that you just meet people that just like fit into your timeline perfectly? Like that are doing everything that you're doing. Like, is it a sign that you're going in the right direction? And so I'm just watching this video and I'm like, oh my God, I hope that this man doesn't quit, because you see all these comments of people that just, oh my God, they're just absolutely in love with you.
Yeah, they were very kind, I must say. That was very nice.
And they are strangers. You are a stranger. And they're just like, no, we're devoted to you. We have notifications. We contribute. We this, we that. And I'm like, that speaks volumes about who you are and how, what you give to just people that you don't even know, and so willingly. And it's just incredible, and it inspires me to also do the same. And so it's like, I feel very like reassured that I'm going in the right direction.
I just hope that you're going to be able to compensate or at least save a little bit. Look, guys, if you're running a side hustle or a small business and you're mixing your personal income to your business income, you're just doing it wrong. Not only are you making your taxes way harder, you're also missing on that opportunity and ability for your business to grow and scale. And that's where Relay comes in. It's a business banking platform that lets you open multiple accounts, issue virtual cards, and actually see where your money is going. There are no account fees, no minimum, no excuses. Whether you're making $500 a month or $5,000, it's time to stop winging it. Treat your side hustle like it matters and run it with Relay. Get started today for free by checking out the link below. Thank you so much, Relay, for being a consistent partner on the channel.
So I have a question for you.
Okay.
In my feed on like Reddit and like Instagram is like, IUL this, IUL that.
IUL?
The universal life insurance thing.
Oh,
No.
We are going into a dark zone here.
Okay, so first of all, I'm not getting pitched. Well, okay, I guess I kind of am getting pitched. It's the Instagram reels. I watched this reel about IULs and I'm like, you can borrow against yourself? I'm like, that looks legit. And then I was like looking at it more and I was like, it just like seems too good to be true.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
Don't. Meme coins.
Yeah, exactly. So I told you, just keep to the basic, guys. What our friend Claudia here is refers to as the Rockefeller method, also known as infinite banking, also known as IUL, Universal Life Insurance strategy. So the whole principle about it, number one, life insurance agents love to sell you on those universal life insurance because they get a massive cut from it, okay? Something that you need to understand with how this principle works is that they are wanting you to invest a massive amount of money, a lump sum, okay, into a universal life policy that is then going to have two things. There is going to be a principal, what you have pretty much in the bank, and there is going to be a surrender. Okay, so generally life insurance, the way it works is that if something was to happen to you, you would then select a beneficiary, and that beneficiary would get, the amount that you've kind of allotted in a way to that, right? Now, this amount, when you go and you invest that into universal life insurance, is invested on your behalf. Okay, they invest that money on your behalf.
Into what portfolios?
It's specific to each universal life insurance.
And you don't have a say?
I think you can have a say based on the risk profile.
Got it.
But that's the limitation of which. And it's also so much dependent on agent to agent. And the principle is now, it's been a while since I've tackled this subject. I quickly withdrew from it, except if you're worth millions and millions of dollars because at its root, it's more of an estate planning play versus a living play. That's how the Rockefeller family have been able to maintain that money legacy over the years and the decades. But for us, average Americans, they have no interest whatsoever to get into that because when you contribute to that universal life insurance, only a portion of your money is available to your discretion to work with. Instead of investing into, let's say, a brokerage account that you pretty much have full flexibility on that money. Now, the idea behind this infinite banking aspect is that you're kind of betting and taking a loan against yourself. And so instead of paying the banks, you're paying the small portion that you have allocated from your initial investment on your universal life insurance policy. So except if you're worth at least $10 million, there is no incentive whatsoever for you to put money, especially at your age right now. If there is one strategy that I would recommend for you to do instead of that crap that they're selling you, all that BS that at the end of the day is, for the most part, heavily complicated, that there is a lot of middlemen taking their cut through that process, is to open, but I don't know if that's applicable to you, a short-term life insurance that's going to cost you $20 per month. You're not contributing that money to anything. That money is gone the moment you're going through. And that is going to allow you to have, and myself, I have a $500,000 life insurance policy that I pay $20 a month that goes to the beneficiary of my choice. So in your case, if you have a parent, for example, or that you're in a critical position and you want that parent to be taken care of if you were to pass away, then you would take that short-term life insurance. If you have a child or if you have a wife, a partner, a husband, and you have someone that depends on you if something was to happen to you, and that's where it would come in play. The rest of that money, instead of being put into a universal life insurance, you invest into a brokerage and you're going to have so much more flexibility. On top of that, something that they never tell you is that when you contract into a universal life insurance, there is always a negotiation that takes place, and the agent will always be in favor of lowering the asset portion. If you want to go for infinite banking, the role is for you to negotiate to have as much as you can of an asset portion as part of your investment. With regards to the ratio, it's kind of a 2 ratio in that policy. If you were to get out of that agreement, you then being provided with what is referred to as a surrender amount. You contribute for years. Go. Yeah, awesome. And then you're like, I'm done with that. I want to stop contributing. I'm done. I want to get out of that. They're only going to give you about 20 to 30% of the amount that you've contributed. You're screwed.
Is that in the fine print?
That's what is referred to as the surrender amount.
Why would anyone do that?
When they cannot pay, or when the rates do not become as interesting anymore.
But if you know about the surrender part and then you read the fine print, why the fuck would anyone do this?
Well, number one, a lot of the people are being sold absolutely garbage life insurance. Okay. And they are being incentivized like you to contract people and be like, oh, borrow your own money and so on. The scale at which this and the duration, the monthly payments is absolutely insane for you to get to that
they're
level.
Like 7 or 9. It's crazy.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah, easy.
I had someone that had contributed $7,000 over the course of 4 years. Her surrender amount was $1,975. What does that mean? 5,000 gone to nothing.
Right.
Zero.
Right.
So forget about all that shit.
Okay.
You don't need to get involved into any of that. I told you specifically, if you guys watched the previous video, you know what is the plan. It's not crazy. When you think about personal finance, you don't need to watch 50,000 videos. The name of the game is simple. Just organize your accounts, and for the most part, maybe you're not going to be at that 99 percentile of optimization, but you're going to easily reach the 90 without having to put yourself into too much risk, into the meme coins, into the land field, into the real estate crap. It's a pretty straightforward game.
I have a question about the short-term life insurance.
Yes.
Okay, so if you pass away and then, you want to take care of like your mom or something, that money that gets allocated to your beneficiary of your choice, does that money, is that like a lump sum to them?
Yes.
No shit.
Yep.
Why would they do that? Why wouldn't they just do a portion kind of like they do with the lottery?
I've had the case actually of someone. So often I do people that come and speak to me on the phone. We have consultations one-on-one, link in the description below. It was a 23 years old lady that was married to a guy that was driving motorcycles. The guy knew that, when driving motorcycles, you're kind of putting yourself at risk.
Yep.
He had the conscious decision 3 months into having the motorcycles to get a short-term life insurance. For $500,000.
Wow.
Happened what happened, you can imagine. Few months later, she received the call. But a couple months after that, she got on her bank account a wire transfer for $500,000.
Seems kind of risky.
What is risky?
I don't know. If I passed away, my beneficiary was my mother, who makes like really questionable financial decisions.
Yeah, but you're kind of leaving a legacy. Usually it's not for a parent. It's mostly for like if you have a child or a spouse.
Yeah.
Or a future boyfriend that will give you the greatest picks for your stocks.
I just want to believe in love, Roman. That's all.
My friend, look, overall, from our discussion, what do I take? I am happy for you that you've at least opened your mind to those concepts. Now you have a plan. You've put a few action into place. Not everything, but I can't ask you for the moon in 3 months to completely change the person that you are. And that, for the most part, I'm hoping as well that you put yourself in the right spot to find the right person that's not going to give you the shit spics or meme coins or any of that crap, but actually helps you together to get yourself into the right direction, my dear friend. That's the whole thing that I'm wishing for you because you're making the big bucks. So use it wisely because right now you are, again, as we mentioned together, at a prime position with regards to your life.
Yes.
What is your final take? And what do you also want to say to the people behind the screen that just saw you a few days ago?
What I have learned from all of this is that, well, first of all, thank you for educating me about seriously money. Because we're not educated on it. They throw us all into the shit. They're just like, oh yeah, you guys can vote, but like also you don't know how to use a credit card. It doesn't make any sense. And I think I'm kind of late in the game for not knowing what I'm doing, but that's just what it is. Like, I meet you for a reason. You meet people for certain reasons. And I can't thank you enough for, what you've contributed to me and what you've contributed to every single person on this channel that watches you. Because holy they love you. I was like reading this and I'm like tearing up and I'm like, oh my God, all these strangers are absolutely in love with you because you actually want to educate people. No one wants to educate. No one is passionate about this stuff. And you are. And I think that that's really great. So like what I've learned from this is not only how to like utilize the money, but I'm gung-ho on being a millionaire by 41, and I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to fail. A lot of people aren't. So thanks.
All right. Well, thank you so much again, Claudia. I'm excited to hear. We'll be following up with you again in the future. Until then, I see you guys next time. À bientôt.